a nigga hit the lottery, so when you going up, how can you plummet? Damn, you stun it. On the land, when you expand the grands, they understand who run it. In the jam, you brung it. Coming from all the fans, the Kansas City man do.
After that, he went his separate way, I went my separate way. We didn't see each other until I walked down the aisle the next day. So I went off, had my bachelorette party, whatever. It was just a normal basic bachelorette party, a stripper here, food, drinks, whatever. Not much went on, but I don't care for strippers that much, but it is what it is. My husband felt a certain kind of way. I don't know what he think went on, but whatever. And then Terrence goes and has his bachelorette party. And so the next day comes, I wake up at like 6 in the morning because I had to get my hair done at 7 in the morning by my aunt. She hooked my hair up. It was a wig I applied and she styled it. Not this. I don't know why I just touched my hair. She styled it. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I literally got there at 7. I didn't leave from her salon until about 9-ish, almost 9:30. And I needed to be at the venue at 9:30 because the makeup artist wanted to start people's makeup. Granted, I wasn't going first, but still, it's a huge wedding party. She has to do the mother of the groom's makeup, all the bridesmaids, the brides. So it was a lot. Y'all, we get there. I'm just so nervous the whole time. Like, it's like I've been with Terrence forever. I don't understand why I was so nervous. I think what I was nervous about, to be honest, because I wasn't nervous about marrying him. It was just the fact that I was going to be the center of attention. All those people, they were going to see me kissing him. I don't do a lot of stuff in person like that. I'm not all in person. But since I've been married, I have been a little bit. So that's what I was so more nervous about. I was anxious because I was ready to get it started. I didn't want anything to go wrong. I wanted to make sure people showed up. But, you know, we get there and everybody's partying, chilling. Terrence isn't there. He's still at the hotel they were at. They're still asleep around 10, almost probably 11. The photographer wanted them there at least before 1. Terrence still hadn't gotten his haircut yet. Terrence still had to go get his haircut. I think he had his tux already, or he might have had to go pick it up. I'm not sure. But I know for sure he needed to go get his haircut or his beard done or whatever, because he's bald. But he needed to get something done with his face or his head. So he had to do that. So some of his groomsmen had already started showing up to the venue, and he wasn't there yet. So I was still getting more nervous and more anxious and more worried, because I'm like, oh God, please let him get here, because the photographer kept coming and asking me, do you know when he'll be here? No, I don't know when he'll be here. Hopefully soon. You know, because they had a time limit on how they wanted to do things. You know what I mean? So then Linda comes out of the blue. Mind you, I walked in. I haven't seen Amy at all. Granted, she said I was going to see her that day. Haven't seen her since I saw her Thursday, right when I got to the venue and she had to go do another wedding. Hadn't seen Amy whatsoever. Linda comes and is like, yeah, so we hear the wedding's going to start at 6. My wedding was to start at 5. At the latest, 5:30. But we said if we could do 6, fine. When the vendors, mainly the photographer's crew, heard that it was going to be 6 instead of 5-ish, they were like, no, we can't do 6. I think because the day of the rehearsal, they were talking about pushing it back to 6. My mother-in-law went and told, you know, some of Terrence's family that it'll be starting at 6. She didn't know that it couldn't, or that it was going to be an issue. Neither did I, until the vendors were basically like, well, we had you for 5, because, you know, they wanted to make sure they still had light, because, you know, it's fall time, so it can get dark early. So I guess Terrence's mom had told them that. This, granted, I hadn't even known she told them but it was okay. Well, not really, but I'll get to that part. I'm trying to hurry up because it's a lot that went on, y'all. So this might be a 2-part story time. I don't know yet. So, finally, Terrence gets there. My boys are already there because Terrence's mom brung the boys and she kept them, you know, in line and everything while I was trying to get myself ready and everything like that. And finally I hear, Basima, your daddy's here. Mind you, it's getting closer to time, getting hair and makeup done, getting dressed. I'm just so, y'all, so nervous. We had to keep trying to, because our dressing rooms were next to each other. So anytime I did go out, which I didn't leave out the room a lot at all, they had to make sure Terrence didn't see me and vice versa. So my bridal crew and everything, we had to go take pictures. Terrence and his men had to stay in. We took pictures, came back. They did the pictures, came back. Then it was time for wedding. So, you know, they have everybody line up. I finally see my daddy. He looks amazing. And he's like, you nervous? I'm like, I'm good. He's like, what you shaking for? I'm not shaking. I'm just ready to get this over with. Like, come on. And y'all, I did not wear my shoes that I purchased for my wedding at all. Because when I fell the day before, my leg and everything was hurting so bad. I had 5-inch heels. They were beautiful shoes. But I could not put them on because, one, I was scared I was gonna fall, have an ankle trip because my leg was hurting so much and my ankle and everything, my knee, everything was just hurting. So I had on my daughter's slides, her sandal slides, the entire time we took pictures, the entire wedding when I walked down the aisle, the entire reception, everything. So it's time to walk down the aisle and everybody's walking down. You know, I hear their music. I'm getting a lump in my throat. I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Everybody's walking down. They finally open the doors for me to come out, not to where the guests and the ceremony is, but just another door before I got to the big doors. And TJ and Talik are standing there. TJ has his sign. Talik has the pillow. And they walk out. I see them. I'm trying not to cry. And then Keela walks out before me and does the flowers. And then it's time for me to walk out. So they play my music. And they told us to do 1, 2, 3, pause before pictures. 1, 2, 3, like step. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. When I tell you, I was so nervous because my side of family is over here and everybody's like, oh my God, and I just see phones flickering and I'm just trying to focus on walking and not stepping on my big old dress. And I don't even look on the groom side at all. So we're walking down, we get there, the music's still playing. I'm holding my daddy's arm. I'm looking at Terrence. He's looking at me. He's crying. I'm trying not to cry. I'm cheesing so much because I'm so happy, so excited. And the music stops. Me and my daddy are still standing there. And my aunt starts talking and saying more and more and more. And I'm thinking, isn't my dad supposed to, isn't she supposed to say something? Because she wasn't at the rehearsal either. Isn't she supposed to say something about my dad giving me away? And he goes and sits down and I should be up there while she's saying all this stuff. Terrence, we got married on the stage. So Terrence is up on the stage. I'm still at the bottom on the floor. And she's just talking. So finally I'm like, okay, daddy, go sit down. I need to go up there. I'll whisper this to him. Because she's just talking. And so my daddy, he don't know. He didn't come to rehearsal. Or I guess he don't realize it was all our family on one side, a reserved seat for him. He goes and sits on Terrence's side. And, you know, I go up the steps and we finish getting married and everything is everything. So we get married. You'll see the footage whenever I get it back next month. And we walk down. We're walking, you know, out from off the stage and walking back down the aisle to leave out of the ceremony space. And there goes Terrence's grandparents standing at the door, his cousins, his aunties, uncles. They missed the entire ceremony. The entire ceremony. Only thing they saw was us walking down from down the steps. Because the 6 o'clock time was put in the air, they still thought it was 6 o'clock. Even though we started our wedding about 5:50, 5:45. The wedding ceremony wasn't that long, to be honest. So they all missed it, which sucked. And then a lot of Terrence's family did not come. My side was full to capacity, and even some of my people sat on his side. One, because there was no more seats on our side, and then two, just to make it look a little more something, because half of his guests that did come were standing at the back because they got there after the ceremony was over. And so he was upset, his sister was upset, his mom was upset. You know, I wasn't upset, but I was kind of sad for them, because I know he wanted his grandparents, especially and family, to see him get married. But I mean, they were there for the reception, and they did take some pictures with him and everything, and with us. Then it gets time to the reception. Everything was good. Then it comes time to eat. Amy just made me so upset my whole wedding day. She knew exactly what individuals were supposed to get what vegan dishes, because we had some vegans, we had some vegetarians. She knew. Linda, the woman she just threw off on us, that we'd never spoken to before until the day before the wedding, just for a little while during the rehearsal. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know much. So people that should have gotten plated, like my dad, Terrence's mom and dad, they were supposed to be called up because it was a buffet. Of course, me and Terrence got served. Our bridal parties got served. And then the actual parents and everything, and my children and everything like that, they were supposed to be the first tables up to go get their food and everything. Didn't happen. They were sitting there forever. People were going up. People that needed certain dishes, vegan dishes, vegetarian dishes, didn't have it. The DJ doesn't know, because it was supposed to be the coordinator that was supposed to do all of this. I was so upset. I was annoyed. People were asking, where's the juice? Where's the tea? Where's the this? We were told pretty much, I thought everyone, it was supposed to all be, we paid for 6 servers. People were supposed to, you know, come around and, you know, would you like water, juice, pop, tea? No. They had to go up to the bar to get it. I didn't know this. No one explained this. It was just, that was the only thing that kind of bothered me during my reception. The wedding still was beautiful. Everyone had a good time. It was still nice. I need to mention that the groomsman that was in jail, Neil, got out maybe an hour or two before our wedding. When Terrence and I walked out from off the stage, after we saw his grandparents and everything, and walked out further into the hallway, there was Neil with big crocodile tears rolling down his face, bloodshot eyes, in a dingy black t-shirt and some shorts and tennis shoes. And he just looked so sad and so hurt. Because him and Terrence are really close friends, and he probably felt like he let Terrence down. He wasn't there for his big day. He just looked so sad. But me, I just had to walk past him, because I don't know what I would have said. Like, y'all, I'm not that type of person, but I'm like, you put yourself in this situation. So, hey. But, I mean, he was there to celebrate at the reception. He was not allowed in pictures. I couldn't do it because he didn't have a tux. He wasn't, you know, but he did walk out. when they called the names out for the reception. They came out to Beyonce and Jay-Z ate shit. He did walk out with the girl he was supposed to walk to because the DJ had the list of who was who. I didn't think to change it because I forgot. I would have taken his name off. But I didn't. So he walked out. He actually sat at our table. The head table. But, I mean, you know, it was a nice night. Everybody enjoyed themselves. After the wedding wrapped up, I want to say once all the guests left, it was time to clean up. Then guess who reappears? Amy. Supposedly she hurt her foot. But she told me she was watching the ceremony and the reception from the cameras the whole day. Where were you? When I say I was so upset, I couldn't even say anything. Terrence had to speak to her. Only thing she told me was, you didn't go over your guest count. You actually had 21 people that didn't show up because if we went over, we would have had to pay more. She would have had to take money out of our deposit. We got that whole deposit back. But, yeah. The venue was amazing. But the fact that my coordinator was not anywhere to be found the day of my wedding at all until every last person left and it was just my kids and Terrence left and some of the people that worked there to break down stuff, then you show up. I still don't know what happened to the top of my cake. I had 4 tiers, 2 real tiers at the very top, 2 fake ones. The very top tier we wanted to take and put in the freezer and eat in a year. It was gone. So we had to take the second or whatever. However you want to count it. The third or the second. Instead. And freeze that. It was just a lot. It was a lot. It went by so fast. It went by so fast. I really wish I could do it again because it just went by so fast. All of that planning and it was gone. But that's my little story time. Well, that's not a little. It was a lot, y'all. But I hope y'all sat through and watched it and listened to me ramble. And y'all wanted to know what all happened. What events happened. This and that. That's what happened. Of course, a lot of y'all know who my brother is. If not, y'all don't know. He's Tech 9. He was at my wedding, of course. And not to sound like this, but, you know, it was my day and my husband's day. But it seemed like a lot of people came for him more than they came for us. But, you know, it is what it is. Whatever. My ultimate goal was to get married. And that's what I did. So, yeah. That is what happened leading up to the days of my wedding. My DJ, he was amazing. Our dance went great. The dances I did with Terrence, my dad, Terrence's mom, he did. The group dance I did for my husband. Everything was great. The DJ gave us some great encouraging words. I cried. Whew. It was so sad. You know, he brought up his situation. He told us never go to bed mad because you might not see them the next day, which is so true. But, you know, it was a beautiful wedding. Besides some minor hiccups, you know. So, yeah, that is what happened, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this different type of story time. I don't know how different it is. It's just everything that happened up to my wedding. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Actually, I'm about to record another video, so y'all might see me in this shirt for a while. All right. It says wifey, because I'm a wife now. Bye, y'all.